Okay, so I just wanted to show you how to refurbish these injectors. So essentially, you get a kit which comes with 2 O-rings, a filter, and the plastic grommet. So essentially, if you're imagining the injector up like that, this is upright. The filter is just in the top there. This is the first O-ring, this is the second one, and this is the plastic retainer. So what you can do pretty easily is you can remove that O-ring. This is slightly more tricky, removing this plastic clip here. I found getting some pliers underneath and just popping it off, they sort of spring off somewhere. This one's gone over here now. Which is fine. You just have to be very careful. Don't get any dirt in here, and try not to get any in here. Now, the way of getting this filter out, which I saw on the internet, this is what they look like. I mean, you can see it from the package, but this is an old one. You get a screw, a wood screw, which is more or less the right size, not too big because you don't want to damage anything on the inside here. And you can see what I've done earlier. You essentially just push it into the top of the filter, screw it down into there, and then put it in a vise and just pull up on the injector. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to show you how it works. Okay, so here is my wood screw and my injector. So make sure you can see this. You put it very carefully into there, and you can feel it bite already with the right size wood screw. And then what I'm doing is just make sure it's very straight, just screwing in the wood screw very gently, so it is now in there pretty tight. And then if I bring you around here to my vise, and I'm putting it in here like that, and then just pulling up, and then if you look there, there's the filter on the end. And then once that's off, you can remove this O-ring, obviously being careful not to get any dirt into here. Just drop the other O-ring, put that there. And then what I'm going to do is give it a quick spray down with brake clean, and then I'll start putting it back together, and I'll show you how that works in a sec. Okay, so I've just given it a quick clean to get all the grub off. Just going to go over it briefly with a paper towel. Just to make sure it's nice and clean. Actually, just going to do in there one more time. That's it. And then what you do is you get the new filter out of the packet. I got these from Partworks. It's a place in Germany, but you can get them from anywhere really, I guess. The refurbishment kit for 6 injectors cost, I think, about 30 euros. So here you go. You put the filter in the top there like that. And then what I do is I just put a little bit of tape on the top so I don't damage anything with my old hammer. So just cover it with tape, make sure it's sort of sitting in there nicely. And then get my hammer and just knock it in. Yeah, you have to make very sure that it's sitting in there nicely. And then if you just tap it very lightly, then you'll hear it change its pitch when it's finished. There you go, you hear that change? And that is now in. Okay, so then what you got to do is just put some oil on the O-rings. I just do it in this little pot here. So I've been doing quite a few of them, 6 of them obviously. Rub them around in there, and then push that one on there. Sorry, push that one on there like that. Put the other one on the end. Then you're ready to put the plastic in. Okay, so I just put a very small bit of oil on the lip that is going to be pushed over here. Oh fuck. Okay, so just put a little bit of oil on this here, just so it slides over, gives it the best chance of sliding over the end. And the way I do it is choose a socket like this, which is slightly bigger. Place the plastic ring there. And I hope you can see with my arm, but I'm just sort of going around in circles, just sort of pushing that in very gently. If you push too hard, the plastic ring breaks. Okay, that's in, you see? So just be very careful how hard you press, because I did it earlier. I pushed really quite hard and it just snapped this ring, which is really annoying because now I've got to get another one. But that is in there. So the old ones that are on there, they're all dried out and they turn on that injector, but the new ones just are tight. So that is one refurbished injector. Okay, so that is all 3 of those done. What you have to be really careful of is when you're pushing that plastic cap on, that you don't push too hard, because I pushed too hard and one broke, which is really annoying. So I actually had quite a small socket to use, but actually it's better to use a bigger one, so it gives the plastic a little bit of a chance to flex. So anyway, I'm going to put those into the fuel rail now, which is over there on the engine. Okay, so I've got all of the injectors on the rail, and I'm wondering whether I should actually put the clips on now. I think I probably should. Let me go and get those now, hang on. See what I mean? These little clips here. So I'm going to put those on now. If I can remember which way around they go. Yeah. How do these things go now? We go from this side? Oh, I know. Yeah. That. Like that. Sorry if you can't see much, it's just how it is at the moment. I'm afraid that's it on there. One more. That's it. Right. Now I've just basically got to push them down. Oh God, I'm not enjoying this, I must admit. I'll push those down in there. Now, is there anything in the way? Oh, there you go, that's just gone now. That's good. Yes. Oh, God. Bloody hell, they don't go down very far. Or is that underneath? No, that's on the top. God, with the position of that fuel rail, they do not go down very far. That's surprising. Like, you know, they don't go down that far into the intake. They just literally sit on the top there. That doesn't seem right to me. All right, I've just got to check my photographs just to make sure this fuel rail doesn't go underneath the plenum. Hang on. So I just want to tell you what I mean. Just pushing these injectors in to their holes here just doesn't really feel that they're going that far in, and to be honest, they're not. And my question to myself was, you know, does this rail go underneath this fitting here? But I checked my photographs and it doesn't, and clearly it wouldn't do anyway because it just wouldn't fit. But just, yeah, so they are in there correctly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put these bolts in, then I'm going to put the cable holders in, and that side will be done. Okay, so I've got those in at 10 Newton meters. Pretty much like everything else. And I'm just going to go through now and plug the injectors back in. Some of them are still a little bit dirty actually. In they go. And there we are. That, I think, is one side of the fuel rail done. That is very, very satisfying. Excellent. Now all I've got to do is put the plenum bolts in. And of course the cable holders. I'll go and do that now actually. Okay, so just reminded myself from the video I made yesterday. So on this side it's large clip, middle clip, small clip. I'm going to do that now. So what I'm going to do also, it might seem overkill to some of you, but just put a bit of copper grease under there, just to prevent like the any crud getting in. So that one goes in there. Well, I've got a couple of the same size ones here. Hang on a minute. Oh, okay, I think maybe. I think they're just large, small, and small. To be honest, they're not. There's not a middle one. Might have got that a little bit wrong there. Okay, so goes under that. Gonna go in. Oh, it is in. And then that little one. That little one goes in there. Cool. So they're all in. Very good. And now what I can do is just go through and take off all of this tape that I put on as as a visual aid to remember how all this went back in, but I'm pretty confident now I've got it all as it was. Because actually, once you lay the loom back down on the engine, all of the cables sort of just flop down to where they used to be, which is really handy. That off. I'll be a bit careful here, because these, you know, these cables on the loom are actually pretty brittle, like the housing. Be a bit careful. This one there, is that one? 2, that's it. Right, tight, tight, tight. I've got to clean that a little bit there. I'm going to go basically back round and give the cables a bit of a clean. Yeah, I'm very pleased with that. Very pleased with that indeed. Cool. Show you from here. So that's all those cables back in. All secured, all connected. I don't think I've torqued these down yet. I've still got to torque these down. But yeah, and then put the plenum bolts in next. Okay guys, so I've got the other side on. I've got a marker there because I can't find the other fuel rail bolt, this tiny little one, which is frustrating, but I'm sure I'll find it somewhere. But that's got this side on. All the electrics connected up. I've got to torque these down to 10 Newton meters, and I'm now going in and putting all of the 12 plenum bolts in. So there, I'm going to tighten them down to 10 Newton meters, but also put some Loctite on there as well. So that's what I'm doing now. Okay guys, so I've just spent some time putting the bolts in around the air intake plenum here, tightening those down to 10 Newton meters. Oh yeah, the missing bolt, which I thought I was missing from the fuel rail, is actually the long sort of pedestal bolt for the sports exhaust. So that's going to go in a minute. I haven't torqued that down yet, which is why I've got a little marker there. The connection also goes along here, the electronic connection, and I'm pretty sure without checking the photographs that that goes in there, because on the other side there's another one down in there. So what else? What have I got to do? So there's one last thing I've got to do in here. I've got to attach this wiring loom to this here. So I'm going to do that now. So yeah, last job for the day. It's got actually later than I thought, and I've missed a meeting, or a meeting. I was going to go out with my wife, so that was a bit unfortunate. But there we are, she understands. So just going to get that in here if I can. Poke that up through there. Is it going to come up? No, it's not. Oh, there it is. Come on, I need another set of hands. Come on, go through there. Yeah, there it is. Can I get it? No, I can't. Oh. There it is. Okay, so get that to go on there. Get the snippers. And that is done. So I'm really pleased with that progress. Painting the brake calipers, that all went a bit wrong. It looked really good yesterday, and I came up today and looked to finish them off by putting some clear coat on them. And the clear coat just wrinkled all of the new paint, so I've got to wait for those to dry, rub them down again and start again. So that's a real pain in the ass because they were looking really good, and of course I've used a bunch of paint doing it. But I think that's going to be it for today. I'm just going to tidy up the garage, and then I'm going to go home. But I'm really pleased with that progress. Really pleased. So another step closer to getting the engine finished and getting it back into the car and getting this project going. So the next thing really I've got to do is the flywheel, the dual mass flywheel, and I'm umming and ahhing about whether I'm going to do the rear main seal as well, because it wasn't done that long ago, or I should say not that many miles ago. I think it was done in 2016, and Christ, yeah, it was ages ago, but yeah, maybe I'll do that as well. But anyway, I'll see you soon.